Welcome to Unwritten, stories from Snuggly.Cloud, where each tale unfolds with every choice. Settle in and let the narrative guide you.
Welcome to the neon Overcast district, where rain falls endlessly and neon lights drift like slow thoughts. You stand beneath a glowing sign dripping with warm water. How would you like to begin?
Walk into a narrow alley glowing pink and blue.
The narrow alley yawns ahead, curtains of mist curling in the rain-slick air. Neon pink and blue hues pulse softly from signs overhead, faded kanji fused with looping circuit patterns, casting a dreamlike glow on the wet, cracked pavement. The smell of damp concrete mingles faintly with the electric scent of ozone. A quiet drip-drip-drip echoes from a cracked, forgotten kiosk to your right, its screen barren, flickering faintly. Beyond it, shadows lurk quietly, soft drone lights hover near a rusted ventilation grate, barely humming their cyber lullaby. Across the alley, a flickering lantern swings gently, its warm light trembling on the glossy neon puddles. You catch a faint whiff of roasted coffee drifting faintly from somewhere deeper in the alley, mingled with the cool scent of rain-washed metal and urban solitude. The rain's gentle patter on glowing surfaces blends with the distant whoosh of trains overhead and the muted murmur of the city life pressing in just beyond these quiet walls. What would you like to explore here?
Listen more carefully to the distant trains and see if you can spot the tracks above.
You tilt your head slightly, letting the patter of rain recede into the background as you focus on the distant train sounds. The low rumble and rhythmic clatter echo softly, weaving through the night like an ancient heartbeat beneath the city. Looking upward through the mist and neon haze, your eyes catch the faint outline of elevated tracks, glimmering faintly with wet steel reflecting shards of neon pink and blue. A sleek, silent train glides overhead, its undercarriage illuminated by soft white LED strips, casting slippery reflections on the rain-darkened surfaces below. Occasionally, a flicker of distant city lights penetrates the fog, hinting at rooftops with patchy greenery and the sharp angles of metal scaffolding. The air here vibrates gently with the trains passing, a quiet reminder that the city never truly sleeps, even in its loneliest recesses. The soft rain hisses as it hits your jacket. Somewhere nearby, a faint mechanical chirp signals a drone adjusting course in the hidden folds of the alley. What will you explore next?
Trace the elevated tracks along the alley, following the rhythm of the trains.
You start walking along the alley, your gaze tracing the elevated tracks above.
Back
The
from the
rain
chill,
softens the
huh?
sounds around you,
Was it anything
except
like its
for the
name,
steady
or more
scrape
like a warm
and
mess?
whistle of trains
Need
sliding
anything sorted
overhead.
after that
The
culinary
beams of
pause,
neon
or just
pink and
winding
blue
down?
bleed along the rails like veins of light pulsing through the dark. As you move, the alley twists, revealing more details, a narrow catwalk running parallel to the tracks, forgotten pipes wrapped in peeling insulation, and a scattering of glowing moss thriving in sheltered cracks where moisture collects. The rail supports hum faintly with electricity, sending tiny vibrations through the air and your fingertips when you lightly touch the cold metal pillars. Ahead, a small platform juts out from a hidden rooftop garden. Small lamps sway gently, their orange light folding softly into the rain mist. The garden itself is thick with succulent leaves glittering with rain, and in the quiet, the soft trickle of a water feature adds another layer to the soundscape. The city feels vast, but intimate here, a secret pulse of life suspended between concrete and clouds. What call does this quiet corner of the city answer for you?
Climb up to the rooftop garden to explore its warmth and greenery.
You reach for a narrow ladder tucked beside one of the glowing pillars, its metal rungs slick with rain but sturdy beneath your fingers. The scent of damp earth and fresh leaves grows stronger as you climb, muffling the distant city noise until it becomes little more than a soft murmur. Emerging onto the rooftop garden, you're greeted by a quiet oasis suspended above the restless streets. The garden's plants shimmer wetly under the soft, amber light of hanging lanterns, succulents, small ferns, and tangled vines that curl playfully along the lattice wires. A gentle breeze carries the faint scent of jasmine mixed with rain and the subtle metallic tang that seems to linger in this city. Nearby, a narrow stone path winds past a small water feature where droplets ripple endlessly, sending soft plinks into the humid air. The serene space holds the faint hum of distant drones and the occasional flicker of neon reflected in the garden's puddles. Though the city stretches infinitely beyond, here the buzz of neon feels softened, paused for a moment. What would you like to do in this quiet refuge?
Explore the vines and plants, searching for anything unusual or artificial.
You step softly among the tangled vines and lush greenery, fingers brushing over leaves slick with rain. Most are familiar, succulents plump with moisture, delicate ferns trembling in the gentle breeze. But beneath some of the plants, you notice strange glimmers, tiny panels etched with circuitry, hidden skillfully beneath the soil and moss-like growth. A narrow, almost invisible wire snakes from one patch of greenery and disappears toward a discreetly mounted box nestled behind a cluster of dense foliage. Curious, you kneel and trace the line with your fingers, feeling the faint vibration of power coursing beneath the verdant disguise. Somewhere in the city's endless sprawl, nature and technology merge quietly in places like this, tender, secretive stitches stitching the urban fabric. The little water feature bubbles nearby, droplets falling rhythmically into a pool shimmering with reflections of neon and rain. What do you want to do next?
Investigate the circuitry box hidden behind the foliage.
You reach past the thick leaves to the muted box concealed within the greenery. Its surface is cool and matte, etched with faint circuit patterns that pulse faintly, like a heartbeat from the rooftop's hidden machinery. A small, flickering indicator glows faintly in one corner, intermittently brightening and dimming in a slow rhythm. The box hums softly, quiet and steady. A lightly vibrating panel invites a closer look, suggesting it might respond to touch or perhaps hidden commands. Around its edges, tiny ports hint at a network connection, though no cables are obvious, swallowed by the garden's embrace. The rain trickles softly above, the world outside this green enclave fading into distant echoes and shimmering reflections. What would you like to do now?
Press the flickering indicator and see if it responds.
Your finger presses gently on the flickering indicator, and for a moment, nothing shifts but the steady hum beneath your palm. Then, the faint glow intensifies, bathing the immediate greenery in a soft, pulsating light. A low, melodic chime resonates from within the box, subtle, almost like a digital heartbeat syncing with yours. As the light steadies, a thin panel near the top slides smoothly open, revealing a tiny holographic interface suspended in midair. Symbols undulate gently within it, cybernetic glyphs interlaced with delicate botanical patterns, blending technology and nature in an elegant dance. The air feels charged, the rain's patter now a gentle soundtrack to this quiet communion of machine and life. What would you like to explore next?
Study the holographic glyphs more closely, trying to decipher their meaning.
You lean closer to the delicate hologram, the glyphs shifting in fluid patterns like a slow dance of cybernetic runes. Each symbol seems alive, some resembling abstract leaves curling in digital wind, others sharp-edged circuits branching like veins. Hints of meaning begin to surface, sequences that look like data streams intertwining with botanical growth, perhaps a coded language blending nature's logic with machine precision. The shifting glyphs evoke a message about balance of life sustained through silent cooperation, technology nurturing growth rather than supplanting it. Beneath the serene dance of symbols, you sense a deeper purpose. This rooftop garden may be more than a quiet refuge. It might be part of a larger system, a living node in the city's hidden network. Around you, the soft rain continues, the neon haze mixing with this secret glow. What would you like to do next?
Reach inside the box to see if more secrets are hidden within.
You carefully reach into the softly glowing box, fingers brushing past the cool edges of the panel. Inside, hidden beneath a cushion of moss and delicate wiring, rests a small, crystalline device, translucent and humming faintly with energy. Its facets catch the ambient light, scattering soft rainbows onto the surrounding leaves. Around it, tiny mechanical parts, miniature gears and biosynthetic filaments interlace seamlessly with roots and petals, a fusion of art and function. It feels alive, not just a machine, but something designed to grow or evolve, responding to the subtle rhythms of the city and garden. As the rain continues its gentle serenade, the device pulses softly in your hand, inviting curiosity without urgency. What will you do now?
Examine the crystalline device more closely, feeling for its purpose or function.
You turn the crystalline device over in your palm, its facets smooth and cool beneath your fingertips. As you shift it against the hazy glow of the rooftop lanterns, subtle patterns ripple beneath the surface, like circuits flowing through flowing water, constantly rearranging. A faint pulse vibrates through the crystal, synchronized with the distant hum of drones and the subtle heartbeat of the city. You sense it may be a sophisticated environmental sensor designed to monitor air quality, moisture, or maybe even the health of the rooftop garden itself. Embedded within its core is a delicate blend of biotech and nanotech, intertwining living matter with circuitry to create a living data conduit. The device seems to carry a quiet purpose, a guardian of this fragile urban oasis, safeguarding its delicate balance from the ceaseless rush beyond. The soft rain drums steadily on the rooftop, each drop a gentle punctuation in the neon-lit night. What next?
Carefully return the device to its mossy cradle and close the box.
You lower the crystalline device gently back into its mossy cradle, the soft padding cushioning its delicate form. The small panel slides closed with a muted click, sealing the hidden heart of the rooftop garden once more beneath its glow. The humming dims slightly but never fully fades, a silent sentinel maintaining the balance here in the rain-soaked city. Around you, the garden breathes softly in the night, the warm amber lamps casting long shadows on the glistening leaves. The water feature trickles patiently nearby, droplets singing their quiet song. Beyond the rooftop's edge, the distant neon skyline pulses beneath the steady rain, alive with countless secrets and whispered stories. What would you like to do now?
Sit by the water feature and watch the ripples catch the lantern light.
You settle beside the water feature, its gentle plinking a soothing rhythm against the steady hiss of rain. Each droplet falling into the pool sends concentric ripples flowing outward, distorting the amber lantern light into soft, dancing patterns. Colors stretch and bend, blending the warm glow with the cool neon blues and pinks reflecting faintly from the sky. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and faint jasmine, carried by a light breeze that stirs the vines overhead. Somewhere distant, a drone hums lazily, circling through the mist like a silent guardian. Your thoughts drift with the ripples, like echoes fading gently into the vastness of this endless city. Time loses its urgency here, slowed by rain and soft light. What would you like to do next?
Follow the faint, comforting scent of coffee back towards the warm neon-lit alleyways.
You rise from the water's edge, the soft ripple of droplets still lingering in your ears as you follow the faint trail of roasted coffee that threads through the moist air. It weaves like a whispered invitation, drawing you gently away from the quiet garden and back toward the city's humming heart. Descending the slick ladder, your boots splatter softly on the rain-glossed pavement of the alley below. Neon signs flicker overhead, their pink and blue light melting into the whetstone, vibrant yet muted beneath the ever-present drizzle. The aroma pulls stronger here, deep and rich, mingling with the sharp tang of ozone and concrete. Ahead, down a narrower side passage, a dimly lit doorway glows warmly. Steam curls from a small vent beside it, carrying the scent that called you here, a quiet cafe tucked away from the city's roar, its neon sign a gentle flare amid the shadows. The steady rhythm of rain pattering on awnings, the hum of distant trains, and a soft murmur of voices drifting out invite you closer. What will you do?
Step inside the cafe to savor the warmth and quiet company.
You push open the cafe's heavy door, and a soft bell chimes overhead, muted through the veil of rain. Inside, warmth wraps around you like a well-worn coat, thick with rich aromas of roasted beans, baked pastries, and steamed milk. The air hums softly with quiet conversations and the gentle hiss of the espresso machine, punctuated by the occasional clink of ceramic cups. Dim amber lanterns hang low, their light mingling with the soft blue glow of digital menus floating above the counter. A few scattered patrons sit at small tables, muffled voices blending with the steady rain tapping on fogged windows. Behind the counter, a barista moves with calm precision, steam swirling in their wake as they prepare drinks. The space feels intimate and timeless, an oasis of stillness within the sprawling neon-lit sprawl. Where would you like to settle?
Take a seat by the fogged window and watch neon rain reflections outside.
You settle into a worn leather chair beside the fogged window, the glass fogging further as your warm breath mingles with the cool air outside. Across the pane, the neon lights bleed into the rain's slick streets, soft pinks and blues rippling through the glistening puddles like distant memories. Raindrops race lazily down the glass, merging with the reflections, blurring the city's edges into a watercolor dream. The quiet murmur of conversation and the gentle hiss of steaming milk blend seamlessly with the soft patter of rain outside, wrapping you in a cocoon of calm. Beyond the window, an occasional hovercar hums by, its lights casting brief, streaking glows before fading into the mist. Above, the elevated train's distant whistle threads through the hush, a steady pulse beneath the endless neon. You feel the serenity of this moment swell, a gentle pause in the ceaseless rhythm of the neon Overcast district. What would you like to do next?
Order a coffee and savor its warmth while watching the rain.
You catch the barista's eye and order a cup of dark roast, the rich aroma promising a comforting warmth to match the quiet ambience. Moments later, a smooth, steaming cup is set before you, its heat seeping through the ceramic, a steady pulse against your palms. Taking a careful sip, the bitterness mingles perfectly with a subtle sweetness, anchoring you further into this moment suspended between rain and neon. Outside, the streetlights reflect in glowing pools, the raindrops tracing intricate patterns on the glass. The distant hum of trains and soft chatter weave into the gentle symphony around you. The cafe feels like a secret thread, stitching you briefly into the city's quieter moments. What would you like to do next?
Continue watching the rain and savor your coffee in contemplative silence.
The warmth of the coffee seeps into your hands, a steady comfort against the coolness lingering in the cafe's quiet corners. Outside, the rain falls without hurry, droplets tracing crystalline paths down the fogged window pane. Neon reflections blur and refract, a softly glowing mosaic painted on the wet pavement. Each ripple in the puddles whispers stories you cannot quite grasp, and the distant whistle of a train threads through the steady rhythm of the rain like a sigh. Inside, the low murmur of conversations drifts lightly, fragments of lives intersecting briefly in this haven amid the vast city. You allow yourself to simply be, to breathe in the mingling sense of rain, coffee, and gentle light, suspended in this quiet moment that feels both fleeting and eternal. What would you like to do now?
Stay a while longer and let the cafe's atmosphere deepen your quiet reflection.
You settle deeper into your chair, the worn leather molding softly to your shape as the gentle hum of the cafe wraps around you like a warm shawl. Outside, the rain persists, steady and unhurried, softening the edges of the neon city into a luminous haze. The glow from the streetlights pulses faintly through the wet glass, casting shifting patterns on the walls inside. Time feels fluid here, minutes stretch like quiet breaths, allowing your mind's pace to slow. The scent of coffee, rich and grounding, mingles with the distant scent of rain-damp concrete. Voices are muffled, conversations reduced to warm murmurs that ripple through the space like a gentle tide. With each sip, the warmth of your cup seems to kindle something more internal, introspection, calm, the feeling of being quietly tethered amid the sprawling city. What would you like to do next?
Close your eyes and listen deeply to the city's layered sounds.
You close your eyes, letting the muted warmth of the cafe settle around you like a gentle embrace. The clink of cups and soft murmur of voices fade, replaced by the layered symphony outside. The steady patter of rain taps against the window, a delicate percussion underscored by the distant, rhythmic pulse of an elevated train gliding on its hidden tracks. Occasional hums ripple through the air, a drone's lazy circle overhead, the soft sigh of ventilation systems, the faint flutter of wings from unseen urban birds. Neon signs buzz faintly, their electrical song mingling with the heartbeat of the city itself, a quiet, ceaseless pulse beneath sky and street. Within this tapestry of sound, you find space, not for rush or noise, but for stillness and reflection, where each layer overlaps like whispered secrets shared in the rain. What would you like to do now?
Open your eyes slowly and let the light and rain blend into your vision.
Your eyelids flutter open slowly, the soft amber glow from the cafe's lanterns spilling gently over your senses. Outside, the rain continues to fall in a shimmering curtain, the neon lights weaving vibrant threads on the slick streets below. The colors bleed softly, violet melting into cerulean, electric pinks fading into pale blues, each hue bending and pooling within the puddles like liquid dreams. The interplay of rain and light feels hypnotic, as if the city itself breathes in slow rhythm with you. The window fog drifts upward, carrying faint sketches of droplets and fleeting reflections that blur reality and memory. Time holds its breath in the gentle hush of this moment, quiet and infinite. What would you like to do next?
Jot down thoughts or sketches inspired by the shifting neon dance.
Reaching into your bag, you pull out a small notebook, its pages slightly worn but inviting. The soft amber light warms the edges as you begin to jot down fleeting impressions, the delicate dance of neon hues mingling with rain, the whispered pulse of the city beneath your skin, the way light bends like liquid emotion across the glass. Your pen moves in slow rhythms, matching the gentle cadence outside. Sketches emerge, fluid lines suggesting puddled reflections, abstract shapes hinting at blurred faces passing beneath glowing signs. Each stroke captures a fragment of this quiet moment suspended between movement and stillness. The cafe's hum continues softly around you, a gentle background for your thoughts as rain taps a soothing tempo on the windowpane. What would you like to do next?
Share your sketches or thoughts with the nearby patron, inviting quiet conversation.
You fold your notebook gently and glance around the cafe. Nearby, a solitary figure sits nursing a cup of steaming coffee, their eyes occasionally flicking to the rain-streaked window. Gathering a quiet courage, you approach and offer a tentative smile, flipping open the notebook to the sketches and words softly illuminated by the amber light. The patron turns toward you, their expression thoughtful and open, inviting in the quiet intimacy of shared moments. They lean in slightly, fingers tapping lightly on the table as they take in the fluid lines and faded colors you've captured. A low, appreciative murmur escapes, a feeling of connection without rush, two strangers caught in the same peaceful bubble amid the neon rain. What would you like to say or ask?
Share what inspired the sketches and ask if they find the city inspiring too.
You trace a finger lightly over the swirling lines and soft colors in your notebook, voice low and steady. I was capturing how the rain and neon blend, a kind of dance that feels alive. You pause to meet their eyes. Do you find the city inspiring? Or is it just a backdrop to your own rhythm? They smile faintly, eyes reflecting the shifting light outside. The city's a living thing, they say softly, never quite the same from moment to moment. The rain, the lights, they layer meaning on everything. It's easy to find stories here if you watch closely enough. Their words hang in the warm air between you, a quiet companionship blooming amid the muted sounds of the cafe and the endless rain outside. What would you like to do next?
Ask about their favorite stories or hidden corners in the city.
Their eyes brighten slightly, the faintest smile tugging at the corners of their lips. There's a small park tucked beneath one of the higher overpasses, the kind of place most people rush past without noticing. At night, the neon from the signs above spills down like liquid light, pooling over mossy benches and rustling leaves. It's quiet there, different from the city's usual clamor, like a secret kept safe. They pause, then add, and beneath the old rail tunnels on the east side, a network of forgotten passages, graffiti blooms like hardy flowers on cracked walls, and soft lights flicker from hidden nests of bioluminescent moss. It's a place for those who want to wander without being watched. Their gaze drifts out the cafe window for a moment, the rain blurring the neon world beyond. Stories live there, in the shadows and the light. You just have to be willing to look. What would you like to do?
Ask to hear more about the park beneath the overpass.
They lean in a little, voice dropping to a soft, reverent tone. The park is small, almost swallowed by the city's sprawl, but it feels like stepping into a different world. The overpass overhead hums with the distant rumble of traffic, but down there, under the neon spill, the air cools, thick with the scent of damp earth and wildflowers that cling stubbornly to cracks in the pavement. They gesture as if painting the scene in the air. There are weathered benches, some covered in moss, where you can sit and listen to the rain ripple through leaves and puddles. Tiny lanterns hang from low branches, their warm light softening the sharp edges of the neon glow above. It's a quiet refuge, a place that feels, somehow, like the city's whispered secret. Their eyes meet yours, reflecting the soft amber glow inside the cafe. If the city's noise ever weighs too heavy, that park feels like breathing again. What would you like to do?
You've been listening to Unwritten on Snuggly.Cloud. Thank you for joining the story. Until next time, may your path be calm and your choices be yours.